All right, number 84, non-recognition. A diluted fallacy in which one deliberately chooses not to publicly recognize ground truth, usually on the theory that this would somehow reward evildoers if we recognize their deeds as real or consequential. Often the underlying theory is that the situation is temporary and will soon be reversed. Example, in the decades from 1949 until Richard Nixon's presidency, the United States officially refused to recognize the existence of the most populous nation on earth, the People's Republic of China. Because America supported the US friendly Republic of China government in Taiwan instead and hoped they might somehow return to power on the mainland. Perversely, in 2016, the US president-elect caused a significant international flap by chatting with the president of the government of Taiwan, a de facto violation of longstanding American non-recognition of that same regime. More than half a century after the Korean War, the U.S. still refuses to pronounce the name of or recognize, much less conduct normal peaceful negotiations with a nuclear-armed DPRK, North Korea. An individual who practices this fallacy risks institutionalization. Example, I refuse to recognize mom's murder because that'd give the victory to the murderer. I refuse to watch you bury her. Stop, stop. But tragically, such behavior is only too common in international relations. See also the state actor fallacy, political correctness, and the pout. Ooh, the pout has been recognized twice here. Okay. So essentially, this one's like, if we pretend it's not real, then it's not real type of thing.
Okay. Thank you for summing that up because I'm pretty lost here.
Yeah, it's like, it's basically, it's like a weird version of the silent treatment. It's like if we,
We ignore it, it's not there.
yeah, it's like you're not behaving the way we would like you to, so we're going to pretend you don't exist. Or this factor in this argument, space, social structure, in group is one that is not recognized as a possibility. Therefore, we are going to ignore the possibility of your existence.
This
So
reminds me of how I treat my check engine light.
that's not real. Yeah. That's funny. I like that a lot. That's good. Oh man, I definitely did this when I was younger. And it was mostly because I was so afraid of being wrong or having things all figured out. I was afraid of the antithesis of that, of not having things all figured out. That if I saw the way the world worked, um, and if I saw the world working one way and there was a piece of evidence that said it worked the other, I would like just pretend that wasn't real. And that wasn't, and maybe that did. Well,
Which is
hmm.
part of confirmation bias.
Yeah. And I've also now that I say this, I think but no, it wasn't conscious later on. Later on it was more complex. This I did this one more consciously, I would say in middle school, early high school, like freshman, sophomore year, is when I can remember instances of me doing this. And yeah, the reason I did it was because I was afraid of what would happen if it looked like I didn't have it all figured out. Um, I thought I was going to lose people or be rejected or whatever. Like rejection was a huge fear of mine for a while. And so, yeah, that was like the context under which I would non-recognize people or things.
Yeah. I'm sure I've committed this uh at some point in my life. I know one thing was and this was just like for funsies, but I had this idea that every uh Disney movie that was directed slash written by the people that were taught, in essence, from Walt Disney, were like they made perfect movies every single time, and I developed this theory called the A113 theory that everyone that went to the classroom A113 at Cal Arts, they made the perfect movie. That's as good as it could be, and I just like
Yeah.
ignored Home on the Range and just like other awful movies. Like if I ignore them, they're not real. They don't count. But in reality, they falsify the hypothesis.
Did
And
was
so
were
now
the
you no
Marvel
longer
movies
believe that.
A113 movies?
Say that again.
Were the Marvel movies A113 movies?
I
And when I say Marvel, I mean like the
yeah,
ones that were good, not not after Endgame.
right, right. Uh, I I'm not sure when I was following that because I mean it's funny because a lot of people even yeah even with when it comes to Endgame, people are like, oh, Marvel went south after Endgame. I would say maybe sure like net south, but like there's no way you enjoy the first two Thor movies. Like there's no way. Those are bad movies. Um I don't know. I
They
there
were
there
they
are
were
there are some misses for
I
sure.
feel like they were good at the time. I feel like standards for film evolve. Like
Sure.
if I watch movies pre a lot of the times if I watch movies now pre 2020, they seem to hover around superficiality so much more. Whereas like post 2020, I'm always like this like I don't know, I feel like what ended up happening production wise pre 2020 there was less of an emphasis on like authenticity and realness, and then after 2020 because we all got fucking stuck inside and we're like, oh my god, this is horrible. It was like, give me something real, let me see something real, let me I don't want any BS anymore. I don't know, I've always had
That
that.
is a fascinating take. I never heard that one before, but
Yeah,
I'll look out for that.
yeah,
Um anyways, I think we're getting off track, but I think we also
yeah.
just ran out of things to talk about for this one.
We
I have
did.
nothing else to say on this one.
Nah, me either. Let's keep it going.